Welcome to Star Wars The Old Republic with Psoto Desperado. I'm playing Psoto. Sorcerer, I'm level 67. I'm still in Corellia. I haven't finished it. I'm hoping to get the entire thing done. I think it goes here. And hopefully I'll get that done. Doing chapter 3. I think after this, or maybe another planet, maybe one more or two planets, I'll get the credit for that. Okay, so I left off here. Still got some stuff to do. And we're gonna play this one. Woman sentenced to 20 years for Ponzi scheme. Young people hurt in New York, California.
So a woman is sentenced to 20 years in prison. Florida woman for a $200 million Ponzi scheme. Check it out.
Tonight, a South Florida woman was sentenced to 20 years in prison for leading a nearly $200 million Ponzi scheme that defrauded several investors.
Nico Clemens is live in Miami tonight. And Nico, you spoke with one of those victims.
And he was in court today when the judge sentenced the woman, you two. Look, he said he's moved on, but make no mistake, he says he was angry because this was his money, thousands of dollars. And he's accepted that he won't get most of it back.
Everything was good until it was ugly.
He trusted her.
And I was blindsided, and I was devastated. I was crying. I was sad. I realized, what am I going to do?
More than 3 years later, Stephen Schulman watched the judge sentence Joanna Garcia to 20 years in prison. Garcia, the former CEO of MJ Capital Funding, LLC, pled guilty for her role in a nearly $200 million Ponzi scheme that defrauded several investors. A Ponzi scheme often starts when a person offers to invest your money and you, the investor, are promised a consistent high return. Schulman was one of those investors.
I researched her, and she came on to me with her story and her background. She was called Mother Teresa.
Prosecutors say the scheme lasted from October 2020 through August 2021. They say the company didn't earn the profits it needed to pay investors back, so Garcia used the money raised to pay off previous investors while stealing millions of dollars for her own personal benefit.
And that's how the Ponzi scheme starts. Most people that get involved in Ponzi schemes, they didn't go into it looking to do a Ponzi scheme. That's the misconception. A lot of people think that people that get into Ponzi schemes, that they go into it thinking that they was going to do it. No, they get into it leveraging the capital to do exactly what they said that they was going to do, which is to make you money, but also on top of that to make themselves money. So think about it like this. Think about a person that is overly confident in what they think is going to happen. And so what they do is they want to make a whole lot more money. So then they take a group of people's money in order to make more money. And then they promise you high returns. Well, guess what happens when they don't get those high returns? Then they start robbing Peter to pay Paul, hoping that they can get the money back by making even greater, more riskier investments, which is dumb. And then it turns into a Ponzi scheme. So now you borrowing from this person to maintain a lifestyle, and then also on top of that, trying to get that return money back. And it turns into robbing Peter to pay Paul until it's too big, and then it all blows up, and now you're in prison and all of that, right? But I don't believe, and this is just me personally, I don't care if you're an institutional investor, I don't care who you are. And I know that there's other people out here that start these funds and all of that stuff, and that's one of the ways that some people are successful at it, and they get really rich. I believe, and I've always rocked out with this philosophy, it's called minding your own business. So what we do, for example, over in the Patreon is we just share our experiences. We put our own money up, we share our experiences, and then you make an informed decision on what you want to invest in. Nobody is going to do it for you. You have to manage your own money. All we do is we share what our success stories are, and then I tell you what the pitfalls and the obstacles are by giving you my own life experience. And then see, that's why I always say, when people say stuff like, anybody can give advice, anybody can tell you what their story is. Yeah, but I'm not really sure that you want to take advice from anybody And that's why it's important to show your receipts. Showing your receipts give you more credibility, and it shows that you are a person that's worthy of taking advice from. Yeah, anybody can give their opinion and anybody can give their advice, but very few people can actually give you a recipe for success. Anybody can throw their hat in the ring, they can give their opinion, they can grab a microphone, they can start a podcast, but who's qualified? And I don't care if we're talking about relationships, money, politics, whatever, who's qualified to actually tell you how you're supposed to live your life, because you only have one opportunity. So if I'm a person looking for advice, why would I just want to take advice from anybody instead of taking advice from the person that's willing to show me the receipts? Again, I think it's more important to mind your business, meaning that if it's that meaningful to you, then invest in it with your own money, put your own money up and put your own risk in. Don't take a bunch of other people's money and think that you're going to do something, promise these returns, then you get in a 20-year Ponzi scheme sentence. So that's my advice, and that's why I think that I have the most successful Patreon on the platform itself. In addition to that, New York City, stabbing. One person injured, one person dead. One of them is a teen in Manhattan. Check it out.
But we're going to begin tonight with breaking news and more violence in Manhattan. 2 teenagers stabbed. One of them is dead.
It happened just north of Wall Street, just steps away from a Pace University dorm.
Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon live on the scene with the breaking details tonight for us. Sonia.
Bill, that 17-year-old boy was pronounced dead at a hospital after being stabbed here on John Street just after 7:30 this evening. He was stabbed in the chest. An 18-year-old is recovering after being stabbed in the arm.
Some people, Jeremy H. says this applies to people who failed and want you to learn from their mistakes too. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Listen, I don't think that a person has failed and wants somebody to learn from their mistakes before they then become successful is qualified to then give advice. I believe that you have to fail, recover, still be successful before you're still qualified to be able to give advice. Now, giving an opinion is much different than giving advice. But listen, just because you failed, that don't mean nothing to me. How can you tell me how to be successful if you've never been successful? That's the thing that I want to see. Okay, you get more points on the board if you failed, recovered, and then came back and won. I want to hear from that person. Listen, enough of this. Enough of this. I'm going to tell you what not to do because I made a mistake. No. I want to hear people. I want to hear from people that either got it, and I really want to hear from people that had it, lost it, and got it again, or you failed and you overcame. I don't want to hear nothing from somebody that just continuously failed and then is coming there talking about, listen, let me tell you what I did wrong.
Damn it.
No. I'm good. Give me the winner that was the loser at some point that figured out how to overcome losing and won. That's the person I want to hear from.
Hours, Pace University is right here. In fact, one Pace student who was leaving the dining hall walked right into the crime scene just after it happened, seeing a bloody pair of pliers.
I'm going to pause his video because the fight coming up right now, assuming I can start up again, is pretty important. This is Thanadon. I've been trying to kill this motherfucker for a while. He challenged me on Corellia, which is the planet we're on now. And this should be the final contest, Sith versus Sith. Alright, there we go. So anyway, this is the challenge. So let me restart the cinematics. And let me make sure that my volume is high. I want to just record it.
Yes, finally. Sith, Imperials, the challenger has arrived. The Kagath ends here. I've gathered you here to watch me wipe this degenerate from the face of the Empire. He calls himself Sith, but he's slave to a corrupt master. Zash is now dead, and all who served her must die as well.
Darth Thanaton says that my former master, Darth Zash, was corrupt. But when he saw that my master was corrupt, did Darth Thanaton try to remove the corruption? No. He left that task to me. So you tell me, is it corrupt to remove the corruptor?
You made no attempt to hide your transgressions. You are as bad as she. You've done well keeping your allies, but I have friends of my own. Darth Ashalon. Kill him.
No.
What?
This one saved my life. I will not repay him with bloodshed.
Fine. Your principles are noble, if misplaced. As for you, meet my personal guards, each one of them a powerful cyborg.
Baru Jamunja.
There you go.
It looks like it's just the two of us now, Thanaton.
Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, power. Through power, victory.
Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me.
I wish it hadn't come to this. Enough of this. I am a Dark Council member. You do not have the strength or the authority to defeat me.
Okay, I guess he was a pussy. I guess he was a pussy.
Tupamay arbaida, ustaw John's be worstan.
Then we will pursue him.
He's got to be careful, my...
I won the Kagath fair and
Good luck.
Fleet travel pass. Interesting. All right, you guys bore witness. Jeez. Danadon's a pussy. I guess I was wrong about it. All right, let's put him him back on.
And a blood-covered sharp stick in the street, which may have been murder weapons.
All the cops started coming down John Street from Broadway.
It's a lot of chaos out there.
There was a lot of commotion, and they started yelling for us to get out of the way. And I guess somebody got stabbed with either pliers or with a wooden stick. It was pretty chaotic. I got a lot of videos of it. Cops were pushing people out of the way, trying to secure the scene, and there was a lot of blood. There was a big trail across different parts of John Street.
Right now, the NYPD's crime scene unit is parked right in front of that Pace University dorm. Again, the victim who died was only 17 years old. We don't know if he was a Pace student. No word on who this young man was or why he was attacked, but he becomes the fourth homicide victim in the NYPD's first precinct this year. Last year, there were none.
We always can count on the culture to mess up some stuff. And I don't even know if this person was a black person, because I want y'all to understand, when I say the culture, I'm talking about trash culture, not necessarily black culture. All right. And then last but not least, there was an earthquake, 7.0 earthquake that rattled California, and it triggered a tsunami alert. Check it out.
This morning, the cleanup is underway after a 7.0 earthquake jolted Northern California. The large trembler, which struck just before 11 Thursday morning off the coast of Humboldt County, prompting a brief tsunami warning for hundreds of miles of coastline from California's Bay Area to southern Oregon.
It's just like a warning, but it's still scary getting that notification.
Cities including Berkeley, Half Moon Bay, and Crescent City issuing immediate evacuation orders. This man heading to high ground from his home in Stinson Beach.
The probability is low, but I have no reason to take a risk of dealing with the big tsunami.
Within a few hours, the warnings lifted, but experts say it was a necessary precaution.
The fault is moving the seafloor, and if it moves vertically and displaces a lot of water, it can generate a tsunami.
The quake's motion turned out to be mostly horizontal, so it didn't move much water and didn't cause any significant damage or injuries. But those closest to the epicenter in Humboldt County had some cleaning up to do, with bottles and other items flying off shelves at this grocery store in Garberville and at this historic hotel in Ferndale, a door shaken off its hinges. Across the state in Chico, the quake making waves in this swimming pool.
This is a big one, guys.
Governor Gavin Newsom declaring a state of emergency for the area.
It's another reminder of the state that we live in and the state of mind that we need to bring to our day-to-day reality here in the state of California in terms of being prepared for earthquakes.
The quake comes nearly 2 years to the day after a 6.4 struck the same area in Humboldt County. 2 died and several buildings were damaged in that one. This time, many here thankful it wasn't worse.
Everybody I talked to, they were shaken up but not hurt.
So it's a tight-knit community, so everybody's helping each other pick up and clean up, and we go.
Now, here in Humboldt County, there's been some reports of power outages and a couple homes knocked off their foundation. There's also been several aftershocks we felt when some 60 reported so far. Experts say this part of Northern California, where 3 tectonic plates meet, has more magnitude 7 quakes than anywhere else in the state.
I think that California at some point is going to fall off the face of the earth. It seems like it's just so many bad things that just happen. I don't know why people continue to live in California. Oh, yeah, I do. Because of the weather, right? Everything else can go wrong in your life except for weather. You could be homeless, but as long as you got that sun in your face, because it never rains in Southern California, as long as you got that sun in your face, you good.
I've been expecting you. Welcome to our enclave. You're the first Sith to grace these halls with your presence. The Green Jedi only want Corellia's freedom. Tell Darth Decimus the rebellion can't be killed. Then leave this planet forever.
You're terrified, and you should be. Soon this enclave will be smoldering ash.
You can do no such thing.
Master Ray.
There is no more.
Stop your jet.
General Hest, to arms, Jedi. Preserve the Republic.
Oh, that was fast. All right. Let's get another Anton. Anton, my name is Anton and I'm rich. I'm ghetto rich. Snitch on themselves.
I couldn't ignore this because initially I was going to play this as a part of
Dumbasses.
Quick Hits.
That was me one day.
But I've been getting so many gang violence videos that I can't just play it as Quick Hits. I have to look at this a little bit more objectively. And so we put together a little bit of a compilation for you guys to help y'all to understand what's going on in y'all cities, because these gangs in multiple cities are being taken down. All right? Thank y'all for the super chats. I'm definitely going to be reading those super chats shortly. Before we play the video, I want you to look at the lineup. Y'all see a pattern here? Usually if it's not illegal migrants that's out here kicking names and taking babies, yes, I said it right, kicking names and taking babies. If it's not illegal migrants that's out here kicking names and taking babies, usually it's the usual suspect. Now, I want y'all to also take something into consideration. I tell y'all all the time, don't make yourself a suspect. But Anton, I should be able to wear my hair the way that I want to. I should be able to have lips as black as I want to. I should be as smoked out as I want to. I should be able to have my braids, fades, and waves all in the same hairdo, on the same style, on the same head. It looked like a family photo, don't it, Geo Black? Don't it, Geo? It looked like a family photo. Look at this nonsense. Look at this. Look at this. It's always the same suspects. Always the same suspects. If you don't automatically want to be looked at as a suspect, you got to change what your cultural norms are. Check it out. This is a crime. 18 members of a Cleveland street gang called the Fully Blooded Felons.
I knew you'd make it. You should have seen Master Ramos.
Let me go get my robe, man.
We have some breaking developments on a major crime bust right here in Cleveland. A violent gang has been brought down after a massive operation by local, state, and federal law enforcement.
Gabby Hart joins us from the neighborhood where it all started.
Yeah, we're talking RICO, racketeering charges that involve murder, sexual assault, kidnapping, and drug distribution. Authorities say it originated and happened right here in Cleveland's Cedars Central neighborhood. They even say drugs were sold right here in this very vicinity, like an open-air market. They also told us that the alleged kingpin of this gang called himself the Godfather. 18 members of the Fully Blooded Felons gang indicted.
Active in Northeast Ohio for over a decade and had a significant presence in Cleveland, particularly in the Cedar Central neighborhood.
The gang started as a branch of another gang known as the Heartless Felons. Authorities say they've been flooding our streets with fentanyl, meth, and other deadly drugs. And that's not all.
The Fully Blooded Felons resorted to the worst kinds of violent acts, including murder, kidnapping, assault, and robbery.
Leading this reign of terror, the alleged kingpin, Raven Mullins, who officials say referred to himself as the Godfather. He allegedly established a
Oh, you Kevin Samuels now. Okay, I got you.
Strict hierarchy within the gang, complete with rules, fines, and brutal punishments for anyone who disobeyed.
FBF held meetings to discuss gang business and were required to abide by amaretta, meaning a code of silence.
The criminal enterprise even extended into the Ohio prison system, where they attempted to smuggle
drug-soaked paper and other contraband,
stash houses, torture, guns, and drugs. This organized crime ring has been operating right under our noses. It sounds like something straight out of a movie.
They were modeling themselves and using the kind of terms, as you put it, that you would see in a movie or have seen in movies, and certainly that are associated with criminal syndicate and crime families historically.
But just like in those movies, their empire has come crashing down. RICO laws let prosecutors go after the whole gang, including the leaders, even for crimes that they didn't personally commit, facing decades, if not life.
And that's the key right there. That's the key right there. There's a couple different things that we can take from this. The first thing that we want to take from it is, that's it. You not Young Thug, you not Gunna, you not Lil Woody. You going to jail for RICO. You don't have money for a lawyer. It's not going to be the longest case in Georgia history. You going to jail for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. Y'all out here stealing and killing. Look, they always say, yeah, man, it's the Chinese that's flooding the United States of America with fentanyl, but we didn't bring it over here, but you distributed it. You're a distributor. You are, without being able to move a product, the way that corporate America works and logistics works, it works the same whether or not you're a part of a criminal organization or you wake up in the morning, you want to be a part of corporate America. They only build distribution facilities in places where they can actually have a footprint. You are a distributor. You are a contributor to the worst of society. And so whenever I see people say, oh man, you know, it's what's happening in our hood, it's your very own. It's the people that look just like the way that you want to look in your music videos. They are the ones that are destroying your communities. And then people want to sit there and tell me, well, Anton, no, we not influenced. We not influenced what happens in the movies and what happens in music. They whole family, crime family, was made up and put together based off of the things that they seen in their music and their movies. And they made a whole thing out of it. They made a whole movement out of it. But they not all.
Just doing my best.
That's what was happening in little old Cleveland. Check out what happened over there in Queens.
In total, 11 people have been arrested. They're facing a total of 57 charges.
She's so bad. I know I ain't talked about newscasters in a while because this is the Millionaire Derailment Show. I have not mentioned newscasters in a while. She's so bad. Anton, but you're married. I know. I got eyes, don't I? I got 4 of them on right now. 4 of them.
Charges, including attempted murder and gun possession. Prosecutors say they tried to kill rival gang members as part of an ongoing turf war leading to unnecessary violence in their communities.
All right, Fox 5's Lisa Evers had a front row seat to this case and joins us now. Lisa, tell us about what you saw.
Well, Steve and Natasha, we got an exclusive look inside the NYPD's takedown of a violent Queens gang that police say terrorized people living in Southeast Queens with...
Hey, I got a question before we deep dive into this really quickly. Yeah, she is bad, Bo. When I hear, because I hear a lot of women starting to talk like that, it's like they got some extra spit in their mouth, or like they got an extra jaw, or it's like their tongue would have been fattened or something like that. Where is that coming from? Honest to God, where is that coming from? When I see, and I hear it from women, it's mainly from women or whatever like that. And I don't know if it's a certain type of surgery that they had. Listen to how she's talking. Listen to how she's speaking.
Lisa, tell us about what you saw.
Well, Steve and Natasha, we got an exclusive look inside the NYPD's takedown of a violent Queens gang that police say terrorized people living in Southeast Queens with reckless drive-by shootings and running gun battles.
Where is that? What does that come from?
People of Corellia, citizens of the Empire.
Y'all saying it come from tranquilizers, Botox, and what?
Our chap.
What are they putting it in? What is they putting the Botox in?
Thank you, Doctor.
Plastic surgery, fillers probably. Fillers, yeah. I can imagine fillers. Tongue is numb, definitely from Botox.
Better suited to lead
false
this planet.
teeth? What do you mean? False teeth.
Take a knee.
How can veneers
You can't say that to me.
make you look like fucker and thucker-thash? I don't understand that. It's got to be something else, or it has to be a combination of things. But I don't know. That's a weird way to speak. I'm starting to see that from a lot of women. Like even in person, I see women talk like this. It's pretty
in residential
crazy.
neighborhoods, and they say the gang leader of the 8-Tray moving Crips was actually a 33-year-old man who started training teens as young as 14, training them how to pull the trigger and who to shoot.
Making this right on 104th. Copy. Are we in contact with
Get out of the way.
We were embedded with the NYPD's Gun Violence Suppression Division and supporting units as they implemented Operation Deadliest Catch. It took them months of investigations and thousands of hours to get to this moment. Their goal? Take shooting suspects they say are the worst of the worst off the streets.
Their recklessness, the fact that they'll go out there, they'll shoot up a house, they'll shoot up a bus, they don't care who's around. We know bullets have no names, and they have no regard for human life.
The police are asking us to put on these bulletproof vests because many of the suspects that they're about to take down today are wanted.
She kind of remind me of the way that she looks. She remind me on that chick that be on CSI. Let me see something. Let me look it up. Was it CSI? What is the one where they be like, dun, 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 no, 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 no. What is that one? What's the name of the one where they be like, boom, 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 I know the chat gonna let me know what it is. It's not CSI. Maybe it's not crime scene investigation. What's the one where they do the thing? Law and Order. Law and Order. I love my people. Law and Order SVU. Thank you on the text messages. Law and Order. Bum bum bum. Her. Special Victims Unit. This is what she looked like to me. Boom boom boom. Is that who she looked like? Am I off or am I on? I read it. Jesus. Boom, boom, boom. They might have been going for this look when they got this lady on Law and Order SVU. Does she look like her? Does she look like her to y'all? To me, she looked just like her. She looked just like her. Is this her? Is she pulling double duty? Olivia Benson, Detective Benson. Oh, we're going to lock you up tomorrow. And I'm going to be back. Yeah, I watched that show a couple times. She do look like her. Y'all said Bruce Jenner? Let me see. What's Bruce's female name? Caitlyn Jenner. Let me get Caitlyn up here. Caitlyn Jenner. Let's see if we can get a better photo. Oh, y'all dirty for this one. Come on, man. Don't do her like that. Not like this. Come on, man. Don't do her like that. No, dog. Y'all foul for that. Y'all foul. No, she looked more like Olivia Detective Benson.
Don't waste it.
Y'all some foul, dirty dogs. Y'all some dirty dogs.
Find your mentor.
For that one. All right, let's focus. Not about to sit here and mess up my show. Mess up what I got going on, getting me distracted all day long. I'm staying focused the whole time.
For violent gun offenses. Before we hit the streets, Assistant NYPD Chief Jason Savino addresses officers from the Gun Violence Suppression Division and supporting squads including warrants and the 113th Detective Squad, reminding them of the incident in the surveillance video. Two cars roll up to a house, park, and then they jump out shooting with an entire family asleep inside.
Look at these people. Look at them. He hopped around.
Riddle that house with bullets, with children sleeping inside. Think about that for a second, right? Those 4 guns come back to an additional 17 shootings.
At this undisclosed location, the police get their assignments, which will take them to various locations in Queens. Since the start of the Gun Violence Suppression Division in 2021, police say there's been double-digit declines in both the number of shooting incidents and the number of shooting victims in New York City.
From here, you guys
Purpose, you crazy.
Individual hits.
So the detectives have their files and they have their assignments, and now they're going to pick up the suspects. The case subjects are 11 members of the 8-Tray Moving Crips gang. Queens DA Melinda Katz, who has made working with police to get guns off the streets and bring down gun violence a top priority, says those gang members found guilty will pay for their crimes.
The 57-count indictment charging 11 defendants with conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, attempted assault, reckless endangerment, and the criminal possession of a weapon.
Me and my if he's talking no bro, we gon' send him.
2 of those indicted are aspiring drill rappers Amir Harris, who goes by Mir EBK. EBK stands for Everybody's Killer. His rapping partner is Seth Johnson, who goes by Sav G. While many drill rappers are successful artists and not involved in crime, some are, says Captain Ryan Gillis.
What's their names again? Let me see.
I can't think of anyone.
Endangerment and the criminal possession of a weapon.
Me and my if he's talking no bro, we gon' send him.
2 of those indicted are aspiring drill rappers Amir Harris, who goes by Mir EBK.
Mir EBK.
Lord, you are a great warrior.
Oh, MIR EBK. Okay, there we go. MIR EBK. Y'all dummies. These people is all dummies.
They took you alive because you were force
Let me see what they talking about.
That is what you call it. If you want nothing else from me, I will go. Excuse me.
Mir EBK. Is that his name again? MIR EBK. Let's see what our youth is learning today. Let's go into it, guys. Hey, Mir, what do you have for us today?
Order a pizza, Caleb. It's hot. Hit it one time and I ain't coming back. GDK, I don't not kill with you, Jack. That bitch up the G's and that bitch getting smacked. One false move, you get to off the map. Facts. Look back, all we seen was the flash of the gun. Them niggas be sliding for fun. Me and my niggas, we slide, make a run. Pounds of the Tory, we smoking on runs. And we flex.
Thank you. Lord, how can I serve you?
Bring me right
Yes, Lord.
I love this culture. I love this culture. I love
Thank
this
you
culture.
very much.
I don't even know what they're saying, but it sounds so pleasant
if I have served
to the
you well,
ear. This sounds like the type of thing that I would like to light a candle, sit my girl down, have a candlelight dinner, and then turn on this.
He looking icy, I'm taking his necklace. Perky bustin', I need me a beverage.
You want me to come
Well,
with you?
we don't have to worry about it anymore because
This is for
now
me
they're
to
going to be
do.
somebody's bottom.
My duty.
Yes, they are. Now they're going to be somebody's bottom.
father
Remember how all of y'all kept holding me accountable for doing an interview with Fleece Johnson? These are the future fleeces. They're going to get fleeced, then they're going to become fleece, and then y'all going to say, man, I don't agree with you interviewing people that's in the prison system. Well, don't go to prison. That's the whole thing. Don't shoot at people's houses. Don't kill people. Don't commit crimes. Don't become the worst thing in your community, and we don't have to worry about you ever going to prison. You should have had a scared straight moment and say, man, I ain't trying to get my butt taken. I like my butt. I like having regular fluid bowel movements without something being pushed in there so that it can come out more easily. Absolutely, I like my tush. I don't want nobody else looking at my tush because nobody should see my tush. Nobody. Jeez. Absolutely, positively nobody. Y'all was focused on the wrong thing. Y'all was so focused on whether I don't agree with it. Snitches get stitches. I'm sorry? They don't let you have this type of linen inside of the penal system. They're going to be spending the rest of their life in prison. Nah, dog. No. No. You gonna be, all of these dudes gonna be about them now. Is that what you want for your kids? For them to be given face inside of the penal system? Let me talk to you for a minute. Give me a second. We're gonna go over to this Stephen A. Smith one real quick. Do you want for your son, because I know y'all all want y'all sons to be tough. Do you you want your son to be given head in prison? That's what you want? Is that what you want for your son? No son should ever be subjected to having to give face. That's crazy. He gonna be getting a facial in prison. Your son is gonna be giving up that butt, boy. Hey, and then you know what the funniest part about this whole situation? Hey, hold on. What up, Molly? You know what the funniest part about this whole situation is? I be seeing dudes on the internet and they be calling us lames because we be free. You a lame. You ain't never been in no shootout. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'll take that label. You a lame. You wasn't putting in no work in your hood. Yeah, you know, I really did like my freedom, and I wanted to grow up and get out of the hood, not stay in it and then go to the prison system. It's dudes that get out of prison. They do their time. They come on it.
Stop right there. Surrender your weapons.
I have an ancient Sith duel to complete. I will do no such thing.
Thanaton is making his statement before the Dark Council. You will not interfere, or I and my apprentices will have something to say about it.
Your master has a truly astonishing number of followers.
I am not his follower. I am his ally. There is a whole strata of politics you have no exposure to. Did you think Thanaton was alone in his beliefs? Gentlemen, if you would, kill him.
Teufel Atlaus.
Dead. Totally dead.
My lords, his master was corrupt. He is corrupt. Without Sith tradition, we are nothing.
And what are you suggesting we do about it?
I love
you
that
know
guy.
what the situation requires.
That guy is awesome.
Order must be preserved.
This guy
Punishment
is pussy.
meted out. If we are to conquer our enemies, Zash's former apprentice must die.
He abandoned the arena for the Kagath when he abandoned Karelia. He is mine to kill.
We are well aware of the rules of Kagath.
The Kagath is a playground game. Murder has no rules.
The Kagath is an honored tradition of the Sith. Tulak Horde competed. Marka Ragnos. Ludo Crash.
The question stands. Why has this apprentice, this child, proved impossible for you to kill?
It's simple. I beat him at his own game.
Don't mock me.
I swear, if you don't silence Thanaton, I will.
I will not be betrayed. I will not die. And when I've killed this slave, you will all answer for it.
Damn, it's Darth Barris all over again.
No. I won't be defeated. I can't be.
Pussy. Pussy. Everybody knows it now. Whew. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Enough of that shit.
I'm sorry, Thanaton.
Good riddance to him.
He was a better Sith than you give him credit for, Ravage.
Let us hope his successor is as worthy. My lord, your seat.
Finally, the recognition I deserve. Is there a fancy title to go with it?
He is only a lord. You can't put a lord on the Dark Council.
Quiet, Ravage. He's earned his place. By order of the Dark Council, and in light of your reputation for serving the Empire, you are now Darth Imperius.
Ooh, Darth Imperius.
You are head of the Pyramid of Ancient Knowledge. You are charged with keeping the mystical knowledge of the Sith and guarding the secrets of our order. With us, you are ruler of all the Sith, answerable only to the Emperor himself.
I will do my best to live up to my new position.
Never trust the humble ones.
Our business here is complete. You would do well to meet with your followers on Dromant cars and ensure their loyalty. We will summon you the next time the Dark Council congregates.
And enough of that shit. Inquisitor. Oh. I know what this is. Get lost. Ah!
Baru Jamunja.
Okay. I just wanted to get that recorded just for the fun of it. It'll have me some good times. Let's go back to Anton.
Internet. And then they be sitting here talking tough. Like we the bad guys because we pay our taxes to make sure that we don't go to jail. Culture is messed up, man. It's backwards. The culture is messed up. If you getting the cream pie as a guy, who said that? Who said they asking for cream pies? Let me see something. Robert, you ain't no good, Robert. Robert, you no good. No man ever should either eat a cream pie or get cream. No man in the world. No man should.
All right, so far so good. Go to Droman Cause. I think I have to talk to the boys over there. There we go. All right. See if we can squeeze in one more Anton. Millionaire Morning Show. Stephen Smith wants to be Republican.
Stephen A. Smith is switching sides, or at least that's what it seems. Let's check it out.
Let me get back to the issue, however, of black conservatives. And I've touched on this subject on many, many occasions, and I'm going to touch on it now, but never before have I touched on this subject the way that I'm going to right now. There's a lot of times it could be a Candace Owens. It could be a Larry Elder. To a lesser degree, it could be a Byron Donald. I remember Armstrong Williams. He's been out there for many, many years. I've known him for many, many years.
Okay.
Even to a lesser degree, somebody like Sage Steele, who used to work at ESPN and now, helped the Trump campaign. And who knows? For all we know, I don't think she's interested in it, but who knows? She might end up being press secretary one day. I don't know.
That would be an interesting thing.
Whatever it is, I hope she does well. I wish her well. Sage and I got along.
Back anytime.
Let me say this. Over the years, we've seen a level of vitriol emanating from black conservatives to a point where people who are not conservative vilified them because of it. I was never down with that.
What up, Miss B?
I'm a registered independent who primarily votes Democrat.
So you're a Democrat. I agree with what he's saying right here, but listen, you know what I hear people say all the time? I'm independent. No, you're not. Usually when people say that they're independent, what they're really telling you is that they're Democrat, but they don't want to admit to being Democrat because they're in a room full of Republicans or conservatives that don't agree with their point of view. Like, if we just want to keep it real and we want to be 100, that's what people say all the time that don't want to admit that they're a Democrat because it's not popular at the time to be a Democrat. So what they say is, oh, I'm an independent, but they've never, ever voted anything other than Democrat. That means you're a Democrat. I don't care what you sit there and register as. That's nonsense. I've never, ever, ever seen somebody that says that they are an independent that vote Democrat, vote anything other than Democrat. I agree with you, Eric D. There are true independents, but most independents that are true independents, most of the time, they're not even looking at Republicans or Democrats. A lot of times they vote Green Party, right? They probably rocked with RFK Jr., Jill Stein. They listen to everything. See, a true independent is not just looking at the Democrat side or the Republican side. They are absolutely familiar with the change in the legislation that influences what happens on the Democrat and the Republican side, right? So they are familiar with an RFK Jr. They know all about Jill Stein. They know about other parties that are participatory in it. And it's not that the other parties can win, but a lot of those other parties absolutely influence legislation that's adopted by one side or the other. And so true independents know every issue. They are some of the most educated, informed people when it comes to politics and the different issues on different sides. And those are true independents. But most people that say that they are independent, they are not. They just don't want to be on the bad side or the losing side, or they don't want to be considered a loser, depending on who it is that they're standing in front of at the time. And so what I see from Stephen A. Smith is, although he espoused conservative values, he always capes for Democrats, while now going against Democrats because it's not popular to be a liberal. That's just the truth. That is the truth. But he's right objectively on this particular point right here. Let me let him cook.
There have been several occasions I've been tempted to vote Republican, to vote conservative. Hell, some of the times I regretted I didn't. And who knows what the future holds with me with some of the nonsense that I saw from the left, particularly leading up to this election with woke and cancel culture and all of that stuff. But that's a different story for another day. Here's the point that I want to make.
From the galaxy and take back what is
While finding myself
I find war
wishing
dull compared to the intrigues of a
that the inordinate amount of black conservatives that have been out there and are still out there will sort of dial back their vitriolic responses to the venom that's been thrown in their direction.
Your enemy is dead. Free us.
I've rarely blamed them.
Speak for yourself.
Because you got people in here looking at folks from the conservative side who happen to be black, calling them sellouts and coons and all of these kind of negative connotations, showing them no respect as human beings.
100%
just
right.
because you don't agree and side with their ideology. Who the hell are you?
I never want
Some of my listen, most of my friends are liberal, some of them are conservatives. I have no problem with any of them. All I want to hear is what your point of view is and why.
Thank you.
And if you make sense and it's fact-based and it's not dominated by emotion trying to usurp the facts, I'm good with you. Even if I don't agree with you. Because I know your position is based on fact. And for folks outside of the conservative community to look at people who are black and excoriate them just because they're conservative, who the hell are you?
And it happens more often than you think. The most unpopular thing to be in the community is to admit that you are conservative. Most black people that are conservative, they don't say it out loud. Most black people that are conservative, especially women. Now, men, they know that we gonna stand on some of us, a small minority of us within the culture. They know that we stand on business, and it's very few things that you can say to us, because most of the time, if you see a black Republican man or a black Republican man that espouses conservative values,
the Republic still fights.
Because you can be gay and be conservative or be Republican. You can be gay and be Republican, but or you can be a lot of things and be Republican. It doesn't mean that you agree with these agendas that's then trying to inform or influence what's going on in our schools, or that you believe in transitions on taxpayer dollars in prison. You don't have to believe in that. A lot of people don't even understand what it means to actually be Republican, or what the values are that Republicans stand on. And the fact that we actually stand on the ideas behind, or the ideals behind the Constitution. But if you are a woman that say that you are Republican or you voted Republican, oh, you are the scum of the earth. You are the scum of the earth. You a pick-me. The C word. You are going to be absolutely looked at as a leper. You a sellout. You are Uncle Tom. You Uncle Tom's wife. Your ancestors hate you. You excoriated from the black community. And it's funny because they're the party that always say that we want representation in everything, but only in the things that they like, not the things that they actually. But Candace Owens has always been looked at as a bad person. And even when Candace Owens proved that Black Lives Matters was a bad organization, nobody came back and said, yep, you know what, we was wrong. They just continued to not like her for the next thing that she said, that she's a way ahead on. If you are a woman and you say that you are Republican, let me tell you what everything that they're going to say. They're going to say that you hate black men. Even though they may date snow bunnies, even though they're going over to the Dominican Republic to bust it down for $13, you don't even like us, so you can't speak on our issues. Even though you're a black woman, you married to a white man. They're gonna tell you that you a bootlicker. I'm telling you what they tell you all the. Listen, for those of y'all that don't understand, let me tell you something. Black people ain't worried about the KKK.
Enjoy your stay.
They worried about the NAACP. Black women, black men that decide that they want to have a different thought, they are not worried about the KKK. They are worried about the NAACP.
Okay. I don't understand what he means. Somebody, I'm sure, does.
Where are your facts? There's a lot of history that goes into stuff. You can see it one way or another, but it's undeniable that bipartisanship played the role. Civil rights legislation, voting rights legislation, affirmative action, and things of that nature. Conservatives did play a role in some good things that happened in our society. The left and Democrats have been hypocritical in certain respects. So if we're going to call balls and strikes, call balls and strikes. But we didn't do that. And we never do that when it comes to black conservatives. And don't use this as an opportunity to say, Stephen A., oh, he's a conservative. Well, damn it, I'm not yet, but I might be one day.
He want to be conservative so bad. He want to tiptoe his way into it. He don't want to fully commit. Stephen A. Smith want to be conservative so I don't know why he just gonna go ahead and take the red pill. Come on over. It's better over here. This honestly, it ain't cold on this side. You're not gonna get hypothermia. The water is warm over here. It's nice. It's cool. Everything is good. He want to say it, but he don't want to be unpopular amongst his friends. So he dipping his toe in the water and he feeling, oh yeah, it feel good over here. Oh man, I'm not catching as many L's as I want to. I want to be controversial while at the same time still playing both sides of the fence. I don't want to be not liked by my friends. Well, guess what? That's what comes along with it. See, I got more respect for the people that stood on their ground in the beginning, the ones that wore their MAGA hats when it wasn't popular. I got more respect for them, and it doesn't mean that I don't want you to come along and get off the Democratic plantation. But see, people picking and choosing when it's safe to come over. They not coming over and being trailblazers because they actually believe in it. They doing it because it's not a popular thing to do. They realizing that the majority of the country voted for Trump. So now they like, you know what? That might not be such a bad thing to do. Might not be such a, I might be one day. Nah, bro, you want to do it. You just don't want to own it. You don't want to be honest about it. You want to do it. You want to be amongst us. You want to rock out. You just don't want to be honest about it. Stand on what you say and mean what you say. Become an outcast like Carrie. Become a black sheep like my girl Carrie.
You are as a living God. I would serve you to death.
Get removed from the group chat like Carrie do.
I would guard your legacy.
Don't worry. We gonna pick you up. We got your back. Get removed from the group chat like the rest of us. Be looked at as the black sheep of your family. It's fun. I promise you it's fun. Thanksgiving dinner ain't even that good anyway. All they serving up is a plate of diabetes. RFK Jr. don't even agree with what your grandma and your mama and your sister and her cousin, because the cat was in the kitchen while she was cooking. So not only are you going to get a fur ball in your throat when you eat that whack macaroni and cheese, but RFK Jr. is trying to fix the food anyway. It's better over here. All you're going to get is a plate of diabetes. Kool-Aid. Girl, come over here and get some of this. Her arm look just like this. The bottom of your auntie's arm is flabbing just like this. She ain't even got on no house coat. That's all skin. It's all skin. And she keep on wearing waist trainers. You know waist trainers don't fix what's inside of your body, right? You actually got to eat differently and work out. You know, if your auntie's the back of her arm back here, if it do like this, you probably shouldn't eat what she eat. If the auntie, the sister, the mother, and the granddaughter is all built the same and they got that little flab that do like this at the bottom, don't even go to the barbecue. It ain't even fun no more. It ain't fun once you realize what's in it. They pour all of that sugar. They cure it in sugar, and then they put some more sugar on top of it, and then they give you some more sugar inside of your Kool-Aid, and then they take the Everfresh that they gave you, and then they want to sweeten it up, and so they put some more sugar inside of it, and then they put butter and sugar inside of every single thing that they got. Girl, that seasoned with love. That seasoned with death. That seasoned with death. Girl, look at all of that. We don't use no measuring cup. We season that with love.
Yeah.
Then you keep saying, "Oh, I got the itis."
Last love
No,
you'll ever get.
your whole system is crashing and resetting every single day because they seasoned it with love. You lethargic every day. You ain't got no more energy no more because they season it with love.
Please use all products only as...
Because I don't like the shit I've been seeing. But my voting record says otherwise. This is not about that. This is about us being grown-ups and being respectful of other people's positions and feelings and taking a moment to inhale and digest what the hell they're saying and deciphering what's true and what isn't true before we take a position. It's important that we do that. But we haven't been doing that. And then we wonder why black people in this country are the one disenfranchised community that exists in this country. You know why? Because we don't demand that you flatter us. Let me explain my position.
Somebody is in the hair shop saying, "Turn him off. I don't like him right now." Somebody's mama, somebody's auntie is listening to me inside of the beauty salon, and they say, I don't like him. Why? Why you don't like me? I ain't saying nothing but the truth. I don't like him. Your nephew keeps saying, "Oh, auntie, can we go out and run?" Keep pinching the back of your arm. Auntie, you keep doing like this every time he pinches the back. Hey, auntie, he keep grabbing the back of your arm. Auntie, can we go to the store today? You keep pulling away from him because you heard me say what I said on the Millionaire Morning Show. Now you feeling some type of way, and now you unsubscribe. Shout out to my beauty salons. Listen, I ain't mean nothing by it, auntie. Auntie, I ain't mean nothing by it. I don't even know you. I ain't know that your arm was the way it was, but we could fix that. We could fix that. I'm all about making sure that we add value. Me too. I got things that I need to work on. I'm working on it every day. I'm working on it every day. Last night, I DoorDashed some hot pretzels. I knew that I wasn't supposed to DoorDash no hot pretzels. I got to change. Listen, I'm working on some stuff too. I'm working on some stuff. Auntie, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I like hot pretzels. You like sugar in your sugar.
Even further, if you go to buy a house, do you buy it without looking at it, walking through it, probing and investigating before you decide to make that investment? Do you do something like that with a car as well? Don't you do it with clothes? Don't you do it with any purchase that you get?
Shout out to Ashley.
But when it comes to politics, no such thing. So in other words, the vast majority of black Americans in this country, particularly since 1964, have basically said, the right, you know what? You ain't worth a damn. We don't like you. We don't trust you. So guess what? We ain't giving you our vote. We can't come together for shit.
That's fucking true.
Under most circumstances. But suddenly with politics, 85, 90%, etc. Oh, we gonna roll with the left. So what you've done is you've disenfranchised yourself. Why? Because the left know they have your vote and you're not going anywhere, and boom, you don't have to cater to African American needs. And on the right, you're like, we ain't getting their vote anyway, so let's pay attention to the constituent that's going to put us in office. Either way you slice it, this one gives you little representation because they're taking you for granted. This one gives you little representation and no representation because they know they don't have your support anyway. And why are the other communities successful? Because I don't give a damn whether it's Cuban, it's Dominican, it's Venezuelan, it's Guatemalan, it's Puerto Rican, it's Mexican. I don't care what it is. You're Asian. You're the Jewish community. An abundance of white folks in the United States of America. Somehow, some way, everybody successfully goes about the business of making sure they tell you, show us you're worthy of our vote before we give it to you. And as a result, you have to cater to them. We don't do that. We don't.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to just tell y'all the truth. Stephen A. Wright is 100% on this. Stephen A. Smith is 100% right on this. Most black conservatives catch hell. But here's the key. And I had this conversation with a lot of people. I'm going to have a lot of politicians coming into the studio to do interviews this year. It's going to be awesome. But here's the key about this whole thing, man. What conservatives realize in this election is that it wasn't any point in trying to cater to y'all because y'all only a minimal part of the population anyway. So what difference will it make? Why are we chasing them? Why would we chase 13.6% of the population when the majority of the people that is going to vote for this election ain't them? They already committed to them. Let them eat themselves. Let them have themselves. The only place that it matters when it comes to catering to a particular part of the population instead of focusing on a majority of what the people want is in these urban communities. That's it. It's in the urban communities. You gonna believe me? Look no further than Thornton Township in Dalton, Illinois. Even though they're trying to oust Tiffany Henyard, look at how they're doing it. And then ask yourself, who are they replacing her with and what are they going to do differently? Because, for example, Dalton and Thornton Township was in shambles way before Tiffany Henyard got there. She just exponentially made it worse. Chicago was in shambles way before Brandon Johnson got in office. He just exponentially made it worse. Even when y'all oust people, y'all replace them with the same people that do worse than they did before they got there. And so it don't even really matter. It's the same thing over and over again. The first thing that you have to do if you want to convert somebody over to being more Republican is that you don't tell them to vote Republican like Democrats say, mobilize and get people to the polls. You just educate them. Every day you come here, every day you show up, we laugh, we play, we cry, we talk stuff back and forth. But you know what you leave with? You leave with a different mindset than when you came in. Very few of you people that actually come to the Millionaire Morning Show, very few of you people leave after viewing this show for 2 or 3 episodes, let alone for 6 months straight, and you can't say that you different or you better than before you got here. You got a whole nother mindset, a whole level of motivation, a whole new family of people that care for you and pray for you. You got a whole new ideals, a set of ideals that say that I don't want to run in the Victim Olympics. You look at your children differently and say that I don't want them to grow up the way that I grew up and this is the way that I got to do it. You start to remove the excuses. You remove the mindset that got you in that situation in the first place. I will tell you definitively that when you leave my show after watching me for at least a month, you start looking at your own family different. That's a fact. You can't watch my show and then go back home or go to Thanksgiving dinner, hear those conversations, and it register the same way. You different when you leave. You different when you leave. You don't realize it because every day it's a little bit of different I'm reprogramming you. Every day through entertainment, I put the medicine and the candy. Through the bag chasers and the Patreon, I force you to reevaluate your circumstances in life without you even realizing that I'm doing it. Every day, I reprogram you a little bit more, a little bit more. And so then when you go home or then when you start dealing with all of these dusty people, you be conflicted. You wouldn't believe how many people I converted over into this election. You wouldn't believe how many people I converted over into this election. It's a fact. Because you can't be around and then start to not critically think. I believe that Eric D is 100% conservative. He only maintains his position and his trolling because he wouldn't be Eric D to y'all if he didn't think differently. If he started to actually be like, you know what, I actually do agree with y'all, he don't feel like he would still be special. Excellent. He don't even feel like he would still be special. Some people say stuff just because they want to get my attention, and I understand it. I get it. But we know that you are different than when you got here. You different in how you think about your finances. You different in how you raise your children. You can't be around me and not be different. Light and darkness can't exist in the same space. So I'm going to rub off on you. I am definitely going to rub off on you. You're going to start looking at your marriages different. I run into people every day. I ran into somebody in the mall on my way to the Apple store the other day, and they said, man, I married her. And then he brought his wife over. He said, come on, babe, come here. I want you to meet him. Yes. I get y'all married. I get you rich. I get you righteous, and I get you right. I get you married. I get you rich. I get you righteous, and I get your life right. That's a fact. That is a fact. You don't even look at money the same. You don't even look at assets the same. You don't even want the same stuff no more. I get you married. I get you rich. I get you righteous. I get you right. You can watch all of that other stuff for the entertainment value, but over here we change lives.
Well, it looks like Lord Zash is finally gone with the wind, theoretically.
Baru Jamunja.
Like 50 off.
Demos in PC me ban frumest hosida fram.
So I'm going to use the emergency fleet pass I got just because I have it. That's pretty good.
Baru Jamunja.
I don't want to be traveling all the way the heck over there. Alright, so we got rid of most of the ghosts. I think only one ghost stayed because he didn't want to go back to Hoth. Not that I blame the guy. And we got rid of Lord Zash. And that's it, I think. Directive 7. Alright, let me, I'm going to log out here and check something. Just going to log out and go to the beginning screen that has all your characters. We got it! See, they were all blank. We finished the Sith Inquisitor storyline with my boy here, level 67. Normally I would think you have to get it up to level 70, but not. Looks like you don't have to. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I accomplished this goal. I don't know about this Jedi Guardian. I mean, I may do the Jedi Guardian because I already have it made and it's already level 47. But, you know, it's just not my thing. This guy... well, I can continue leveling these, but I think I'm going to get this guy maxed out first and then worry about the other stuff so that I can do raids and stuff like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.